doing the whole thing, but I offered too, so. You ready, Oompa? Yeah. He'll show you.
Okay, and welcome to Northford, Connecticut, to the Northford Ice Pavilion. And you're about ready to see today's matchup. Mid-Fairfield 2010 against CJR 2010. And these teams have met once before so far. Mid-Fairfield, towards the beginning of the season, met this team and came away with a 3-1 victory. So not a lot of history, but some of the kids do know each other. Former Mid-Fairfield players, Henry Tomaszewski, number 51, former Mid-Fairfield player, along with Nolan Brinson. So Nolan's number 20 and Tomaszewski's 51 on CJR. And you're going to see they have different uniforms. I don't know all the nuances with USA Hockey, why they can't be called CJR, but they're like the Western Colonials or something or other. But it's, for all intents and purposes, it's CJR's elite team. And so we'll try to familiarize you with their roster. So starting in net for CJR is Lucas Fusco. And let's see, Lucas, just trying to give you some idea here. I don't see Lucas's number, but I'm sure that'll come up eventually. And then starting for your Mid-Fairfield Junior Rangers, number 30, Chris Finch, will be in the pipes today. And Mid-Fairfield coming off an impressive win last night against the Hartford Junior Wolfpack. Joe Violante starting in net for that game, getting a shutout. And it's a good way for Mid-Fairfield with loss previously to the Wolfpack, so good bounce back effort from the boys. And right now, Mid-Fairfield playing some of its best hockey of the year, which is exactly what you want. The end of February, beginning of March. Coach Graggs has got them dialed in weekend before with a very impressive win over the Philly Junior Flyers, one of the top 10 ranked teams in the country. So Mid-Fairfield playing its best hockey right now when it counts. And so the format for this weekend, not to get ahead of yourself too much, so tomorrow morning, Mid-Fairfield will play the Yale Bulldogs AAA team, and that will kind of settle out the round robin part of the tournament. And basically what happens is out of all the teams, the top 2 teams will advance to Sunday night to a championship game. So right now Mid-Fairfield is 1-0. They win over I think they're the second-ranked Wolfpack. Mid-Fairfield came in as the top seed. So that's why that was an impressive win last night for Mid-Fairfield. And I believe right now CJR stands at 0-1 after dropping last night's contest to Yale. I believe they lost 3-1. And So we're going to get going here shortly. We have a full complement on the bench today. Coach Letty making his way back, and along with Coach Nick and Coach Graggs. We'll have the full complement, the Mid-Fairfield Brain Trust on the bench. And it looks like we're going to get settled and get ready to go here shortly. Just one other kind of housekeeping note. In between the second and the third period, we take about a 10-minute break where they cut the ice. And it's a good thing that they do it. These are high school age kids, and they're just creating a lot of ice shavings on the rink, and so it's a good thing that the Zamboni comes and sweeps it away. Get a good sheet of ice for the third period. But make no mistake, even though CJR is ranked lower in the United States than Mid-Fairfield is, these kids have all grown up playing against Mid-Fairfield, and the last thing they want to do is lose to Mid-Fairfield. So I expect a spirited match, and we'll get going here. So Chris gets some glove pounds from his goalie partner, Violante. Ref checks the netting just to make sure there aren't any errant pucks. And so this is the rink Chris grew up on and learned to skate. In fact, this specific rink was, first time he ever skated was on this red rink. And his goalie coach is the windows just above Chris, looking on. So this is a home game for Chris in the truest sense of the word. So starting lineup, we've got Ruff, Correa, and Johnston up front, along with Picaro and Zoo on D. Correa already going at it with one of the players. And win by CJR. Immediately contested. And they're going to wave off the icing there. Picaro taps through. Puck mishandled by Ruff, and it's tied up. And Finch is able to cover it up here. 15:38 left. So the one thing that you have to be wary of up in Northford is this ice gets a lot of work here, so there's some strange bounces at times. Malefus at center. Thrown to the opposite side. Strong press by CJR right away, and they're loose in the Mid-Fairfield zone. Shot and saved by Finch. Saved by Finch with the pad. Yoon just trying to settle things down, finally does to Malefus. Malefus trying to split the defenseman, unable to do so. Still battling for the puck. Yoon up with it, throws it and blocked off a Lutke. And here comes CJR again. CJR giving Mid-Fairfield all kinds of trouble so far, controlling the puck. Heckel throws it into the corner. Mid-Fairfield goes for a shift change. Lutke on the forecheck. Beck unable to control it. Lutke had fallen down on the ice. Devin Beck wasn't able to pick him up until it was too late. So there's an offside at the CJR blue line. 14:41 left in the first period. Hanna makes his first appearance along with Beck and Scranton. O'Neill and Schwartz back on D, thrown into the CJR zone. And tipped off of Schwartz's stick and out of play. 14:30 left in the first period. So as we said, CJR coming out flying, controlling pace of play so far in the first couple of minutes. CJR with the win there. Finch tries to grab at the puck, but a little too high. And it skips off into the opposite corner. Battle along the corner. Tomaszewski hits Hanna. And mid-Fairfield looks to settle things down. Schwartz, long pass that's tipped. Schwartz and CJR forward going at it. Schwartz is able to recover. Some nifty skating by Schwartz, gains the zone, and an overeager mid-Fairfield player is going to cause an offside here. 13:53. We're going to have face-off right outside the CJR blue line. We've got Ruff, Correa, and Johnston back out there with Coccaro and Klingenstein. Win by mid-Fairfield. Klingenstein just swats it into the CJR zone. CJR is able to break the mid-Fairfield press and get it through over the blue line. CJR is still in control of it onto the side. Luckily, mid-Fairfield able to tip it into the CJR zone. Johnston gives chase. Mid-Fairfield's had almost no time in the CJR zone so far. Still battle behind the CJR goalie. Long pass. Klingenstein forced to retreat. Hits the brakes, skates, surveys, taps it up, stolen by CJR, dumped back into the mid-Fairfield zone. 12:48 left. Coccaro's got a rolling puck here, but manages to settle it down. Overskates it, and CJR comes back. They might have numbers here. But nice play defensively by mid-Fairfield. Klingenstein surveys. Coccaro now with the puck, and he's hounded by the CJR player. Mid-Fairfield just really struggling to get it out of their own zone. And Heckel looks to settle things down. Oh, we got Malefus streaking up, but turns the puck over at the CJR zone. Fielded by Zoo. Rolling puck. Root up with it. And wisely, Chris Faitch is able to stop it. Mid-Fairfield getting somewhat careless in their own zone. Turning the puck over. 11:51 left in the first period. So Hannah at the face-off. Win by CJR. Yoon gives chase. Taps to the other side, but Tomaszewski's there. Throws it back to his defenseman. And Scranton dumps it in. Hannah gives chase, shot, unable to hit the net. Vartanian on the puck, gets it to Yoon, and that's going to be an offside. It's not too surprising that mid-Fairfield's come out a little flat here after, yes, last night's game took a lot of emotional energy out of the team, but you can see CJR is fired up for this game. This is going to be no walk in the park for the mid-Fairfield team. Ruff at center, surrounded by Correa and Johnston. Win by CJR again. It's dominated the face-off so far.
Nice.
Thrown in. Kept in by mid-Fairfield. Shot, bounding puck. Faitch just managed to make the save. 10:57 left. So Shunk makes his first appearance of the day. And here comes Johnston. Turns the puck over, and it's thrown right back into the mid-Fairfield zone. CJR is still fighting for possession of the puck, and they're up with it. Feeds the defenseman off the side. thrown back in on mid-Fairfield. Out in front of Faitch, and luckily it's swept away. Mid-Fairfield having all kinds of trouble. But into the CJR zone, here comes Ruff, who hits the brakes, lifts it high up into the air. Johnston up with it, trying to calm things down. Leaves it for Schwarz. Schwarz at the blue line, over to O'Neill, throws it up. It's loose out in front, swatted away by the CJR goalkeeper. And here comes CJR with the puck, but turns it over in the neutral zone to O'Neill. Malefus now up with it. Tries to center to Johnston. Malefus still with the puck, rolling puck out to Schwarz. Oh, and throws it out of the zone to Klingenstein. Klingenstein up with the puck. Klingenstein cross ice to Ludke. Gets it over to Malefus. Puck still rolling out in front, but connects only with the CJR player. Stolen by mid-Fairfield. Klingenstein up with the errant pass, throws it back into the corner. Ludke gives chase. Ludke behind the CJR net, and he's hammered into the boards, but comes up with the puck. Out to Klingenstein. Klingenstein winds up, and it's gloved by the CJR goalkeeper. 9 minutes left to play in the first period, and so far CJR giving mid-Fairfield everything they can handle. So Malefus at center. He's got Heckel out there with Ludke. Shot off the side of the net, high up into the netting. 8:57 left. So win by CJR. Malefus gives chase behind the net. It's pinned along the boards, but CJR able to get it out. It's turned over to Zoo, rolling puck. Seems to be a theme here. As I mentioned, the ice surface sometimes leaves something to be desired here, and the puck's thrown into the CJR bench, and the referee's signaling to go to center ice. 8:35 left, still tied at 0. Not many scoring opportunities for mid-Fairfield. CJR with a few so far. Hannah at center with Beck and Johnston, with Heckel. So Yoon up with the puck over to Schwarz. Tomaszewski was sniffing out that pass. Luckily Schwarz didn't make it. Yoon across center ice, dumps it to Hannah, goes whistling along the boards. Scranton races over. And again, lifted out of the zone, and it skips off of Yoon's stick. And here comes Tomaszewski racing down, or not Tomaszewski, I apologize. Saw the 50. Thrown to the opposite side. Hits Beck in stride. Beck now tries to slide it by, poke check by the goalie. Beck's hammered in. And it's going to be a delayed penalty on mid-Fairfield. Faitch races off. It looks like Beck is okay, but he went into the boards hard. Big hit by CJR on Beck. And the refs are talking about it right now. I didn't see if they got his head, but the refs are definitely talking about it. So we'll see what they say here. So I think they're signaling to the CJR bench that they've got to put another player in the box. So it's going to be a 2 and 10 for mid-Fairfield, or in this case, 1:30. But the CJR player is going to go off for 10 minutes of the game now. So well into the second period, CJR is going to lose one of their players. So the first power play unit comes out for mid-Fairfield. You've got Scranton, Hannah, and Heckel. Malefus and Cuccaro. Oh, nice play by Malefus to keep it in. Puck way up in the air. Cuccaro at the top of the key surveys. Slides it over to Heckel. Heckel over to Malefus. Unable to handle it cleanly. Throws it back out to Coccaro. Coccaro dances around, skips. Nice save by the CJR goalkeeper. Coccaro threw it in there looking for a tip out of Scranton. The CJR goalkeeper comes up with the save. So coach will run with the same group here. Malefus with the win out to Coccaro. Coccaro over to Heckel. Shot, loose up in front. And here comes Scranton up with it. Turns, fires, over the goalie's head, still loose. Heckel with another shot. Oh, beautiful save by the CJR goalkeeper. Throws the leather out there and snatches out Braden Heckel's attempt to score first. So coach changes out, brings Hannah out there. Heckel pinches in, shot, unable to hit the net. Malefus keeps it in though. Over to Scranton. Scranton surveys, cross ice to Heckel. Top of the key to Coccaro, slides it back over to Malefus, shot, and it's in! Yanni Malefus goes 5-hole and is able to slide one by the CJR goalkeeper. So Mid-Fairfield cashes in on the penalty to CJR and goes up 1-0. So Ruff, Correa, and Johnston up front with O'Neill and Shunk. Win by Mid-Fairfield. O'Neill over to Shunk and slid in, but CJR controls D to D pass. Long tip. Shunk able to turn and fire it back into the CJR zone. Ruff up with the puck, throws it back to Correa. And there's going to be an offside. So the biggest difference right now that you can see clearly is just Mid-Fairfield's ability to connect the pass. Last night was just tremendously crisp. Seem to be struggling right now to maintain possession of the puck. But despite that, have a 1-0 lead on the power play goal by Malefus. Ruff stepping on the puck, but it goes into the CJR zone. CJR loose in the zone, shot, saved by Fage. .606 left in the first period. Battle along the glass, Mid-Fairfield going at it and able to chip it out. Long pass to center ice. Shot onto Fage. It's able to stick aside. Schwarz there, but CJR controls it. Nice play by Yoon to tap it away, but CJR is still in control of the puck. Shot that misses the net. Out to the CJR blue line. Shot. Tipped. And here comes Lutke now. He's got Heckel with him. And the puck thrown down to the Mid-Fairfield zone, and that's going to be an icing. So 5:11 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield up 1-0. Hannah, Scranton, and let's see who's out there.
Hannah and
Beck. Coccaro.
Hannah.
Scranton up with it, shot to the opposite side. Beck there first, slides it out to Coccaro. Coccaro slides in, pinches, unable to hit the net. Shunk up with the errant shot, loose off a couple of players out in front. quick whistle by the ref. It didn't even look like it was.
Net's off.
Oh, the net's off. So, again, that's one of the nuances of Northford. The nets almost never stay on, which is a double-edged sword for a goalie. All right, we got EJ Faich going off to practice, which the Mid-Fairfield dads were giving my grandson enough candy for the next 6 months, all in the span of an hour. Shunk able to get it out of the zone. Shunk trying to work it through. Errant pass to the opposite side, but CJR is in control. Gains the Mid-Fairfield zone. Shot. Faich unable to secure it, but it goes by him. Battle along the boards. CJR is still fighting for possession with Mid-Fairfield. Puck is loose. Oh, and Faich, a backhander, just a slow backhander by CJR, but deceptive shot. Faich is able to secure it. 3:58 left. So fans at home, hopefully this is coming through a lot clearer for you today. So CJR controls, throws it in, unable to hit the net. Mid-Fairfield playing with fire here though. Shot and glove by Faich.
Come on, guys.
So win again by CJR, shot, unable to hit the net, whistles around the boards, Correa trying to force it out. And into the neutral zone, and finally into the CJR zone. Too much with the pass. Both teams just unable to control the puck now. Zoo goes back, loses the handle though. Tries to get it out to Correa. Ruff picks it up, gets into the slot, unable to hold on to it. Johnston there though. Johnston pitches in, shot, deflects off the goalkeeper into the netting. So 2:55 left to play. Got Malefus at center and Paul Vartanian out there with Heckel. Klingenstein and Yoon. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Yoon able to keep it in, but fielded by CJR. Malefus up with it. Leaves it for Klingenstein. Klingenstein winds up, shot, patted to the side. Another shot by Vartanian with the rebound. And Paul Vartanian there in the perfect position on the rebound off the goalie's pads. And Vartanian able to slam one through. And Mid-Fairfield is able to go up 2-0 on a goal by Vartanian. So Hannah, Beck, and Scranton. Klingenstein retreats for the puck. You always got to keep your eye on Mr. Scranton. He's always up to no good. Klingenstein up with the puck, shot, and deflects off one of the CJR players. That could not have felt good. But credit the young man, he took it. Mid Fairfield just off a little bit here so far with their passes. CJR up with the puck, out in front to the side of Fage, behind Fage. Shot off the toe by Fage. Another save by Fage, and it bounced up into his chest. So Chris Fage has had to work hard here in the first period, turning away CJR's persistent shooting. 1:38 left. Rough at center. Win again by CJR. High up into the air. Schwartz goes after it along with Ruff, and Ruff comes out with it. Taps it out to Correa. Here comes Correa across center ice, gains the zone. He's got Johnston with him, but CJR is able to pick up the errant pass and then turns it over. Ruff throws it right back in. Good passing by CJR to beat the press of Mid Fairfield, and Kakaro's forced to field it. Fage throws it off to the side, and it's throws out of the zone. Less than a minute left to play in the period. Mid Fairfield's got to be careful here. Not take any unnecessary chances, up 2-0. Kakaro battle in the corner with it. And CJR emerges with the puck, throws it too hard across ice, and Schwartz is forced to retreat. Hits the brakes. Oh, nice passing by Johnston to Malefis, and Malefis with a full head of steam loses the handle though. Ludke now behind Fage and comes up with the puck. Ludke hits the brakes, but turns it over in the corner, out in front. The Fage just got to stick it away. And that's the end of the first period. Mid Fairfield up 2-0, but a spirited effort from CJR, which is what we expected. CJR giving everything that Mid Fairfield can handle. So we're going to take a short break. Okay, welcome back to the second period. Mid Fairfield up 2-0. Win by Mid Fairfield. Malefis able to dump it into the CJR zone. Corralled by Zoo and dumped in. Malefis there is able to fire it. Okay, an overeager Mid Fairfield player by a step is going to cause an offside. 15:39 left in the second period. So CJR wins the face-off, goes right into the mid-Fairfield zone. Good passing, unable to connect to the secondary winger. Puck goes behind Faitch. Picaro with a big hit, but CJR up with it. CJR controls the puck right now, but errant pass over to Malefus, who feeds Ludke. Good poke check by CJR, but Malefus is there, shot, deflects off the CJR player, skips out in front, but Ludke unable to control. Just constant turnovers along the CJR blue line, but finally Shunk able to settle it down to Zoo. Hannah now up with the puck. Hannah shot along the ice, and the CJR goalie is able to contain the puck and stop play here. 14:50 left. So Hannah with Beck and Scranton up front, Shunk and Yoon back on D. Win by mid-Fairfield, shot, misses the net. Scranton there though, slams at the puck. But I believe the netting came off. So coach will run with the same group here again. Hannah at the face-off. Tied up, CJR throws it out, but Shunk there to keep it in at the blue line. Hannah pinches in, shot. Goalie unable to secure it, but luckily it's swept away. Shunk with a big hit, but turned over behind Faitch. But mid-Fairfield, Scranton there able to sweep it away. Gets it up to Hannah, up to Beck. He's got Scranton still there with him. Scranton fighting for possession and goes down. CJR is going to throw it out. Hannah slides it over to Scranton and slams the puck into the CJR zone. Again, just a sloppy shift by mid-Fairfield. Lots of turnovers. Stolen by Ruff, but loses the handle in the slot. Schwartz picks up the errant pass, throws it cross ice to Johnston, back to O'Neill, throws it right back into CJR zone. And it's thrown into the mid-Fairfield zone. That's going to be an icing at 13:28 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield up 2-0. Goals by Malefus and Vartanian, so far the difference. So Johnston will take the center. He's got Correa and Ruff out there with him. Picaro and Klingenstein out on D. Johnston fighting for possession, along with Correa. Ruff sticks his nose in there. Johnston hammered into the boards. Correa helps out to Picaro, who dances along the blue line, dumps it back in. Picaro with a shot, but it's blocked. Correa now up with it, feeds Klingenstein, winds up, shot. Nice save by the CJR goalkeeper, and it's thrown out. Klingenstein forced to retreat. Johnston now up with it, feeds Picaro. Picaro now pinches in. Picaro throws it to the center, shot by Johnston, swept away by the goalkeeper. Out to Klingenstein.
You can put it back on, just put it back on.
And again, seems like a light breeze is blowing the netting off.
Which is fine, but that ref can put it back on.
So that exchange did not benefit mid-Fairfield, as they had the control of the puck at the CJR blue line. But win by mid-Fairfield, they control the puck. Slide it out to Zoo, who winds up, shoots. Nice screen by mid-Fairfield, good idea. Off to the side is Ludke. He's gonna try a wraparound, and the puck's in, but they're gonna call it no goal. Braden Heckel making friends in front of the CJR net. So Malefus at center. He's got Heckel out there and Ludke. Win by CJR, but Heckel doing his best to take the puck away and does. Slides it over to Malefus, back to Zoo. Gets it over to Yoon. Yoon floats it up in the air, misses the net. Malefus with a good stick lift there. The CJR player lands on it though. Zoo pinches in. Vinny Zoo was able to steal the puck and get it back to Ludke. Ludke circles around, over to Malefus, shot, blocked. Ludke up with it between the legs. Ludke dances around on the blue line, slides it over to Malefus, back to Ludke, unable to get a full handle on it. Nice play by Heckel to steal the puck again. Heckel slides it over to Yoon, back over to Zoo, just a little bit too much. Ludke back to Zoo, back to Ludke. Ludke back up with it, behind the net. Oh, tries to feed one of his defensemen. Faitch races out, throws it out to Yoon, over to Heckel. Heckel's forced to retreat. Vartanian feeds Hannah, unable to get it cleanly though. Hannah causes the offside himself. 11:08 left. So Hannah at center, he's got Vartanian out there with Scranton. Win by CJR, but immediately contested by Scranton. Thrown off the ref, a good bounce for CJR, and they gain the mid-Fairfield zone. Out in front, swept away, but CJR still with the puck out to their blue line, to the mid-Fairfield blue line, pinches in, shot, it deflects off a couple of players. Hannah now up with it, tries to feed Vartanian, who's got Scranton in tow. Scranton and Vartanian still battling along the glass, but CJR comes up with it. Brinson now behind his own net, hits the brakes, he's hounded by Scranton. But now Scranton up with the puck, leaves it for Vartanian, and then Hannah with a shot deflects off of a player. Shunk pinches in. And now we're gonna have some penalties here. I think Vartanian is going to head off to the sin bin here. So mid-Fairfield's going to have to go on their penalty kill. So your penalty killers will have Carre, Schwarz, Ruff, and Kakaro will start on this minute 30 off. 10:18 left in the second period. CJR giving everything they can throw at mid-Fairfield. Spirited game so far. As to be expected, most of these kids are very familiar with each other. Ruff at the center. Controlled by CJR. Carre dances around with the defenseman over the net. A little too strong. Ruff gets there, high up into the air. Picaro now up with it. Along with Carre along the boards. Oh, and mid-Fairfield's gonna go away here. So mid-Fairfield's digging itself a little bit of a hole. Carre, I believe, is going to go off for a tripping, so mid-Fairfield's going to have to kill a 5-on-3 here. So you've got Kakaro out there, Malefus and Ruff as the three penalty killers. Ruff throws it out, and there's going to say a tip off of CJR. So beautiful play by Lucas Ruff. Forecheck, Malefus causing all kinds of problems for CJR. CJR very aware of Malefus's speed. If they turn the puck over, he'll race down the other way with it. Tomaszewski now gains the zone. And mid-Fairfield controls. Here comes Kakaro across center ice. Kakaro skates it in, wasting all kinds of precious time on CJR.
What a job by Yanni.
Yanni Malefus with an outstanding penalty kill. You can see he's exhausted. Oh, Brinson races in, but can't get a full shot. Mid-Fairfield's got to be careful. They had Brinson wide open on the opposite side for CJR. CJR now in control of the puck behind Faitch. Lucas Ruff, saved by Faitch. He kicks it high up into the air. It's on the netting. And so that's going to be the penalty. So Mid-Fairfield able to, at a critical juncture of the game, kill off a 5-on-3. Some outstanding penalty killing by Yanni Malefus and Lucas Ruff there. So 8:22 left in the second period. Hanna comes out. Win by Mid-Fairfield, throws it back. Zoo is able to collect. Heckel, though, can't keep it from going out. CJR with the puck. Shot blocked by Zoo, who tries to feed it to Ludke. They're going to wave it off. The CJR goalie comes way out of net. CJR gains the zone, but blocked shot by Zoo, who hits the brakes, surveys. Feeds it up to Kakaro. Kakaro up to Ludke. Kakaro pinches way in. Up to Ludke, still with the puck. He's hounded by a couple of CJR players. Nice play by Hanna to dislodge the puck temporarily, but CJR are able to break their press. Shot and glove by Faitch, who leaves it for Zoo. Throws it out to Scranton, no icing. Mid-Fairfield goes for wholesale changes here. CJR tries to break it and does. Oh, Faitch is able to make a save. Beautiful save by Faitch. He was stuck in no man's land. CJR still with a chance there, but Mid-Fairfield able to sweep it away. You can see, oh, turnover in the zone. Shot blocked by Yoon. You can see Faitch was kind of, didn't know what to do, if to come out or stay, and ended up staying, but made a beautiful save to keep CJR off the board. But some outstanding defensive work by Leo Yoon as well. Schwartz pinches in to keep it in. It's hammered into the boards. Scranton now up with the puck along the end board. Big hit by Ruff. Schwartz up with it. And it's dumped in by CJR. Faitch able to handle it. Leaves it for Schwartz, who surveys. Gets it to Ruff. Ruff taps it back over to O'Neill. Rolling puck. Good pressure by CJR here. Forces a turnover in the neutral zone, but it's turned right back over to O'Neill, who tries to feed Ludke, unable to do so. Schwartz is pinned up along the boards. Ruff comes and helps him out. Slides it over to Ludke. Ludke overskates it and then dumps it into the CJR zone behind the net. 5:21 left to play. The second period. Schwartz, nice job to keep it in. Malefis now up with a shot and beats the CJR goalkeeper. Yanni Malefis picks up the errant pass and is able to blast one right by the CJR goalkeeper. And with 5 minutes left to play in the second period, Mid-Fairfield goes up 3-0. So just as a reminder, in 5 minutes, we should have the ice cut, which is about a 10-minute break. We're gonna go over and check out EJ's practice, the rink next door. Win by Mid-Fairfield. A little too strong, and it's dumped in the zone. Tomaszewski gives chase along with Zoo. Pinned on the boards, and slid over to Kakaro. Kakaro over to Scranton. Scranton, long pass, and there's going to be an offside there. Coach Gragg's having a laugh. He was that puck was headed right for the coaching staff, it looked. So Hannah, Beck, and Scranton with a win by Zoo over to Kakaro. And turned over in the neutral zone. Kakaro up with it. Taps it over for Beck. Beck is hounded by a bunch of CJR players, leaves it for Kakaro. Kakaro's tripped. No call. And Zoo back up with the rolling puck. And that's out. So there'll be an offside there on CJR. 3:59 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield up 3-0. Couple of goals by Malefis and one goal by Vartanian, the difference so far. So you'll have Johnston, Ruff, and Correa up front. Yoon and Shunk back on D. Dump back into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Shunk there. Nice way to use his body as Shunk to shield the puck. Big shot from the CJR defenseman, but unable to hit the net. Johnston fed the puck, but turns it over in the slot. And here comes CJR racing back. Correa gives chase, and he's going to go off there for the hook. So 3:29 left, and unfortunately Mid-Fairfield unable to stay out of the box. So they're going to give CJR life here late in the second period. So your penalty killers, Heckel, Zoo, Malefis, and O'Neill. So win back to O'Neill. Heckel up with the puck. Lifted high up into the air and along the netting. Braden with a good idea, but just a little too much on it. So coach changes out. He's got Heckel out there with Shunk, Malefis, and Kakaro. CJR defenseman up with it. Oh, beautiful play by Heckel. Heckel's got a chance here, and he's ridden out by the CJR defenseman. But now here comes CJR flying back. Nice back check by Shunk and Kakaro. And here comes Malefis. He's got one player to beat, but decides to take his time. Shot, and it's into the stomach of the goalkeeper to stop play here. 2:51 left in the second period. 53 seconds left in the penalty to Correa. So Hannah, Scranton, O'Neill, and Zoo will be your penalty killers. Scranton now with the forecheck. He's got the player pinned up along the glass. Kai Scranton with the steal, but then turns it over to CJR. They thread the needle. Scranton now back up with it temporarily. Scranton still fighting for possession. Now he's up with it. Scranton going to use that speed, splits all the defensemen over to Hanna. Hanna leaves it. Zoo up with it, tipped. High up into the air, no shot on net. O'Neill dumps it back in. And Zoo is able to pick up the errant shot, gets it up to Hanna. Hanna leaves it for Ludke. Leaves it for Heckel. Shot deflects off a CJR player. Still in the zone. Malefus with some moves, but unable to get a shot on the net. Zoo pinches in behind the net. Zoo leaves it for Yoon. Over to Malefus. Malefus shot tipped. And you gotta be kidding me. What beautiful puck movement there. Malefus is able to throw a shot. He saw Heckel. So Heckel gets on the board for the first time, I believe, this weekend. Okay, so Mr. Scranton saying that's Heckel's second of the day, or second of the weekend. But just beautiful stick work by Yanni Malefus getting it over to him. Yoon dances in, puts a shot on net, and it's covered up by the CJR goalkeeper. So just mid-Fairfield just wearing down CJR with his speed, line after line. It's tough to contain. Battling in the corner. And just slides out of the zone. Cleanstein up with it, slides it over to Yoon, who taps it back to Vartanian. Ruff sweeps in. And Johnston now picks up the errant pass. Johnston overskates it a little bit, turnover to CJR, but Klingenstein has to skate out of the zone, leaves it for Yoon, and tap back in the CJR zone. Johnston now back up with it, slides it out to Klingenstein. Klingenstein winds up, shot, misses the net. Ruff throws one in, and again, the breeze, the strong breeze that is in Northford Ice Pavilion has knocked the net once again off. I say that somewhat sarcastically. So 11 seconds left in the second period. You've got Beck and Hanna and Scranton out there. Kakaro and Schwarz out on D. So win by mid-Fairfield over to Schwarz. Shot by Scranton, blocked. Nice play by Beck. And so that's it, folks. So we're going to take a short break here for the second period while they do an ice cut. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so just relax and we'll be back at it.
I just realized as I walked by, I'm like, oh, yeah, all right.
All right, it's EJ practice time. Okay, and welcome back, folks, to the third period. Right now, Mid-Fairfield up 4-0 over CJR, but it's been a tight game, especially the first period. Mid-Fairfield pouring a few goals in late in the second to pad the lead, but CJR giving Mid-Fairfield everything they can handle in the first period. Sorry about that, folks. CJR up with the puck, behind Faitch, loses the handle, but then regains it. But here comes Scranton now with the puck. Slides it over to Beck, unable to complete the deal, but Beck gets his pass. Beck behind the net. And the puck skips into the Mid-Fairfield zone. O'Neill and a CJR player give chase. O'Neill taps it over to Shunk. A little too strong, and it's tapped back in. A little slow moving here for both teams. Apologize about that, folks. The defenseman winds up, hits the CJR player in the helmet, out in front! Oh, unfortunately, Mid-Fairfield, Hannah was there to steal the puck. Beck now with it. Tries to saucer it over to Scranton a little too hard. And CJR just throws it down the length of the ice, and that should be an icing. 14:40 left. Just in between the periods, a bunch of the parents got to see EJ Faitch at his Learn to Play practice for Yale in the white rink. So that was highly entertaining, as he's all sugared up from all the parents giving him candy all morning. EJ Faitch is my grandson. So Zoo is able to finally control the puck across center ice, slides it in, but then turns it over to CJR. Oh, now Tomaszewski with a breakaway, but Faitch gets a stick on it. And it manages to get through to the net. So I believe that was Tomaszewski. Faitch looks like he had a stick on it, was able to make the save, but then looked like CJR are able to force it in. So CJR able to cut into the Mid-Fairfield lead now, 4-1. Nice play by Malafis, shot and off the stick, up into the glass. Way wide. Thrown, should be a high stick there, but CJR controls. And here comes Malafis now. Malafis has got Ludke with him. Malafis with a shot. Ludke to tap it in. And Mid-Fairfield answers right away. Malafis put it off the goalie's pads right to Ludke. He was able to just tap it in. .45, Mid-Fairfield up 5-1. So Malafis, Heckel, and Ludke up front with Klingenstein and Shunk. Faitch is able to pad it to the side for Shunk. Over to Ludke. Turns it over though. And Shunk with a big hit. And they're going to call him on that. Or sorry, Ludke, I apologize. So at 13:27, Mid-Fairfield going to give CJR some extra life here by going into the penalty box. So your penalty killers, Scranton, Hannah, O'Neill, and Zoo. CJR with a shot off of Faitch, loose. and lifted high up in the air, but CJR controls. Moving the puck around well, CJR, but Zoo gets there, tries to throw it out, and finally lifted out. That was... So part of the angst from some of the fans right now is Nolan Brinson had ample opportunity to play the puck at center ice, but lifted his stick and let it go, and they still called an icing. So nonetheless, 13:01 left in the game, 1:05 left in the penalty to Ludke, controlled by CJR. Shot and went off of Faitch's glove over the net. On the ice and controlled by Scranton. Scranton races up. He's got Hannah with him. Hannah shot way high. Shunk able to control and throws it to Hannah. Hannah with a shot, unable to hit the nets. Beautiful passing by mid-Fairfield though. Stolen by Scranton. Scranton in the crease, slides it over to Hannah, unable to connect though. Long pass, and that should be another icing. So 12:19 left, mid-Fairfield up 5-1. So Malefus out there with Yoon and Scranton and Zoo, or sorry, Heckel. I think I'm gonna need a stronger prescription. So just trying to kill off the last 10 seconds of the penalties, Heckel. And here comes CJR. Oh, beautiful play by Yoon to pick the pocket. It slides it over to Heckel. Malefus now up with it. Throws it back to Zoo, winds up, unable to hit the net. Yoon races in, taps back in. Oh, rough, looked like he was gonna be able to feed Zoo. And here comes Zoo now, races in, hits the brakes. Unable to put a quality shot on net. Now Yoon forced to retreat. Faitch comes out, helps him, gets it over to Beck, who's immediately hounded by a couple of CJR players, but slides it over to Malefus. A little bit too strong on the backhand. O'Neill slides it over, but only CJR is there. O'Neill back up with it. And Faitch is able to stop it. .10:52 left. Good Fairfield up 5-1. Schwartz retreats. Brinson now up with it, throws it off to the side, but Beck there. Beck with a long feed. And here comes mid-Fairfield again. Shot on Faitch that's deflected off the side. Hannah now up with the puck. Rolling puck, loses the handle on it. Turns it over to CJR out in front, unable to connect. Hannah now up with it, slides it over to Schwartz. Schwartz up to Beck, but it's stolen by CJR. Dumped in on Faitch. Schwartz back up with it, but he's immediately hounded by CJR. Malefus trying to get control of it. Finally does to Scranton. Scranton's got some room here, but loses the handle. Cross-ice pass that's tipped. Klingenstein now races back. Nice play by Picaro, but turns it over in the neutral zone. Klingenstein now, cross center ice. And that's going to be a penalty on mid-Fairfield, I think. Jackson Ludke had stepped out onto the ice. So mid-Fairfield, well, the ref's talking over there. Yep, and Kai Scranton is going to head to the box. But no, they changed their mind. Now Johnston heads to the box. So mid-Fairfield goes on another penalty. Giving CJR a life here. Out in front, swung at by Ruff, but missed. Shunk's still there, battling. Out in front, nice play by mid-Fairfield, and Correa is able to get it out into the neutral zone. Immediately starts hounding the CJR players. Cross center ice into the mid-Fairfield zone. CJR just looking to set up shop here. Shunk drives the players into the wall. All right, so it does look like Shunk and a CJR player are going to go off here. So mid-Fairfield avoids disaster right there. It would have been another 5-on-3. So your penalty killers right now is you have Heckel out there with Zoo, Malefus, and Kakaro. I think Grags is asking why.
There's no penalties on the board. There's no penalties on the board.
Oh, so there's no penalty on the board right now, and there was still, I think there was about 50 seconds left on the mid-Fairfield penalty to Johnston for the too many men. So out to the CJR defenseman. Heckel ties him up. Nice play by Heckel to force the issue out of the zone. Malefus immediately harassing CJR players. Again, Heckel forces it out again. Braden Heckel all over the players right now. Out in front, swept away by Zoo. CJR trying to set up shop here. Contested right away by Zoo and pinched into the corner, but CJR gets loose. Oh, it's stolen by Zoo. Nice job. Feeds it to Heckel. Oh, Heckel just whiffed on it, but the puck goes out. Heckel controls the puck and now throws it in. Mid-Fairfield goes for a shift change here, partial shift change. Long pass, misfires. So icing here, it's 7:54 left in the third period. Mid-Fairfield up 5-1. So the penalties expired to Johnston. Hannah at center with Beck and Scranton. O'Neill and Shores on D. Back to O'Neill, winds up, shot, unable to hit the net. Scranton races back and throws it back into the neutral zone. Shot, patted to the side by Faitch. Chipped along the boards by Beck. Oh, and there we go. There's the speed of Owen Hannah, causing all kinds of problems. CJR forced to commit the penalty against Hannah, who was racing to split the defenders for CJR there. So Brinson heads to the box at 7:32 left in the third period. Mid-Fairfield's going to go on a power play here. So you've got Malefus, Scranton, and Hannah, Kakaro, and Heckel as your first power play unit. Kakaro off the right shoulder of Malefus. Picaro sweeps in, throws it over to Heckel. Heckel goes behind Faich. Races by a couple of CJR players, gains the zone. The CJR players lost his stick. Scranton cross ice to Picaro. Mid Fairfield looks to set up. Heckel at the top of the key. Leaves it for Scranton. Scranton pinches in. Shot. Unable to hit the net. Here comes Malefus with it. Taps it back over to Scranton. Gets it over to Malefus. Back to Scranton. Out in front to Hanna. And it's thrown out of the zone. 6:45-44 left in the game. 43 seconds left in the penalty to Brinson from CJR. Mid Fairfield's going to bring out its second power play unit. You've got Ludke, Ruff, and Correa out there with Zoo and O'Neill. Win by Ludke. Over to O'Neill, who gets it to Ruff. Referee gets in the way, but Correa able to get it out to Ruff. Ruff is a magician out there with the puck. O'Neill thought about shooting, gets it over to Zoo, shot, and it's saved by the CJR goalkeeper. So 6:14 left to play in the game. 13 seconds left in the penalty to Brinson. Mid Fairfield brings out its top power play unit again. Or sorry, actually coach is going to run with some different guys here. So Reese Johnson gets some power play chances. Still battling for possession. Johnston with the puck. Feeds Shunk. Shunk winds up, shot. Klingenstein just wildly throws one up off the glass, but Beck now with it. Still battling along the end board is Vartanian. Klingenstein tries to feed Vartanian a little too strong. Vartanian overskates it, and now CJR is going to gain the zone. Shot blocked by Mid Fairfield and into the neutral zone. Stolen by Shunk. Right, I believe we're gonna have a penalty here.
Right, but this guy over here said no.
So Shunk is going to head to the box. So Mid Fairfield, that's got to be 7 or 8 penalties at least in the game. Unable to stay out of the box. Goes right back on the penalty kill. So your penalty killers out there, you have Heckel, Kakaro, Yoon, and Malefus out there. Yanni Malefus has skated a whole period just on the penalty kills, it seems like. Faich is able to cover it up. 1:22 left on the penalty, 5:08 left in the game. So win by Mid Fairfield. Oh, beautiful stick work by Malefus, and he's going to go the other way. He's got Heckel in tow. Heckel unable to hit the net. Malefus chases the errant shot around. Feeds back to Heckel. Heckel decides to dump it in, but Malefus still giving chase. Malefus now stolen the puck. Leaves it for Heckel. And finally, CJR controls deep in their zone. Oh, beautiful play by Heckel to dislodge the puck. Heckel gets his own rebound, shot blocked. Kakaro now up with it. Kakaro tries to feed Malefus. And here comes the puck. CJR controls now. Too strong on it, and Correa able to get it and tap it out. So 4:07, some strong penalty killing by Heckle and Malefus there. 21 seconds left in the penalty. So Ruff and O'Neill are out there with Zoo and Correa as your penalty killers. So Ruff able to just shoot the puck down into the CJR zone. Long pass. O'Neill gets there. Wheels around back into the neutral zone. It's thrown back into the mid-Fairfield zone. O'Neill's got to get there, and finally does, but CJR's got him pinned up. Nice play by Correa. Beautiful pass to Ruff. Ludke now up with it. Ludke across center ice. Throws it behind the CJR net, but Correa there, but throws it to the opposite side to Zoo, who throws it back the other way. 3:14 left. Penalties expired. Correa now in the corner. And CJR comes out with the puck. Finch comes out to field it, but then decides against it as it's going to be an icing call. 2:57 left. So just a couple of notes before we go. We had a couple of birthday boys this weekend. T.R. Caccaro and also Steve Correa. So if you see them, you might want to say happy birthday to both of them. Both turning 30, I think, this year. Johnston throws it out to Klingenstein, who gets it out to Schwar's shot. It's tipped off the goalie's stick. Lukey now back up with it. Feeds Klingenstein again. Klingenstein throws a floater up there, and it's gloved by the CJR goalkeeper, but they're going to call a high stick here and put it down to the side of Fage. So out on D, you've got Schwarz and Klingenstein. Johnston out there with Lutke. And Beck. Beck manages to dump the puck in. Lutke gets there first. Klingenstein able to force the puck back into the corner. Over to Johnston. Puck thrown to the opposite corner. Klingenstein gets it, puts a shot on. Beck able to tap it back in. Schwarz leaves it for Johnston. Some nifty skating by Johnston. Over to try to get it to Ludke. And the puck just dribbles out. Schwarz now tries to feed Johnston. Back to Klingenstein. Over to Ludke and dumped in. Beck gives chase. Klingenstein pinches in, puck high up in the air, thrown out. And CJR up with the puck, stolen by Vartanian. Vartanian trying to split the defenseman and gets a shot on net. So 1:05 left to play, mid-Fairfield up 5-1 here. And so just a brief note, so tomorrow's game is in the morning, I believe, against Yale. And as long as mid-Fairfield just keeps winning, they will be in the championship game Sunday night to be a TBA opponent, or TBD opponent. Stolen by Scranton, shot, it's gloved, the goalie lost control of it. Nice save by the goalkeeper, shot from Hannah. So Caccaro up with the puck, dumps it in the... Scranton up with it, throws it. Stolen by CJR, but then stolen right back by Hanna. Caccaro, and it's tipped! So mid-Fairfield able to cash in. Caccaro throws one up, and I believe Owen Hanna got a stick on it, was able to deflect it in. So mid-Fairfield, with 18 ticks left, is going to go up 6-1 over CJR. So Lucas Ruff will be at center along with Correa and Johnston. Zoo and Klingenstein out on D. Zoo forced to retreat. Skates behind Fates, throws it to Klingenstein. Correa wildly swinging at the puck. Oh, and now here comes a shot right over the net, and that's the game, folks. So we will see you tomorrow. Big win by mid-Fairfield to go 2-0 on the weekend so far with wins over the Wolfpack and CJR. And we will see you tomorrow, folks. Good night.
EJ still skating?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nikki.
Thanks, guys.